Good day, sir. In this video, we will discuss about the government's approach and strategies in addressing the drug issues in the country. We will also give a specific instances that exemplify the government's significant achievements in combating drug-related issues throughout history. And lastly, what are the best way to address the nation's drug problems and specific areas that requires attention to address this persistent problem. Addressing drug-related issues is a complex and multifaceted challenge that requires a comprehensive approach. In the Philippines, the government's strategies to combat drug problems have evolved over time, reflecting shifts in leadership and policy priorities. The approach has ranged from aggressive law enforcement campaigns to more rehabilitative and community-focused interventions. These strategies aim to address both supply of illegal drugs and the demand for them, with varying degrees of success and controversy. In evaluating the government's efforts, it is essential to consider the balance between enforcement and public health measures, as well as the impact on human rights and societal well-being. This analysis provides an overview of the government's strategic approaches and highlights significant achievements and challenges faced in tackling drug issues in the country. Government strategy. Law enforcement focus. First is the war on drugs in the year of 2016 to 2022. Under President Duterte, the focus was predominantly on aggressive law enforcement. The campaign aimed to target both street-level drug users and high-value drug dealers. This strategy involved large-scale of police operation, often resulting in high-profile drug busts and seizures. The second is Oplan Tokhang. This operation was part of the war on drugs, targeting low-level drug users and pushers by encouraging them to surrender. The term Tokhang combines the Visayan words tok-tok or knock and hangyo means request. The idea was for police to visit the homes of suspected drug users to persuade them to quit drugs, while it led to thousands of surrenders. It also faced criticism for alleged extrajudicial killings. Third is Oplan high-value targets. This component focused on large-scale operations targeting major drug traffickers and syndicates. High-profile arrests and drug busts, such as the 2019 Makati raid, exemplify this approach.
The rehabilitation and prevention efforts. First is the mega rehabilitation centers. In response to the massive influx of drug users surrendering, the government established large-scale rehabilitation centers, such as the one in Fort Magsaysay, Nueva Ecija. These centers aim to provide comprehensive treatment, including medical care, counseling, and vocational training. They represent a shift towards addressing addiction as a public health issue rather than solely a criminal problem. Next is the community-based programs. There has been a growing recognition of the need for community-based prevention programs to address drug addiction. Initiatives include school-based education programs, public awareness campaigns, and community support groups aimed at preventing drug abuse and supporting recovery. And also, the Drug Abuse Treatment and Rehabilitation Center in Sarangani helps addicts overcome drug dependency. Now we're going to discuss the significant achievements. First is the institutional developments. Dangerous Drugs Board, or DDB, and Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, or the PDEA. The establishment of these institutions under the Comprehensive Dangerous Drug Act of 2002 marked a significant institutional response to drug issues. The DDB formulates policies and strategies, while the PDEA implements anti-drug operations and investigations. Their collaboration has led to the dismantling of major drug syndicates and significant drug seizures. Second is the Major Drug Seizures and Bust 2019 Makati Raid. Authorities seized over 1.1 billion worth of shabu in single operation, showcasing the scale and success of anti-drug operations. This raid was part of the broader efforts to disrupt drug trafficking networks. Next is the increased drug seizures. The Duterte administration reported seizing billions of pesos worth of illegal drugs throughout its tenure. For example, in 2021, law enforcement agencies confiscated over 22 billion worth of illegal drugs, reflecting ongoing efforts to combat the drug trade. Next is the international recognition support for rehabilitation programs. The establishment of rehabilitation centers receives support from international organizations and donors, helping to enhance the capacity of these facilities and improve treatment services.
Analysis. The Philippine government approach has produced mixed results. On one hand, aggressive law enforcement strategies led to substantial drug seizures, the dismantling of drug networks, and a reduction in visible street-level drug activities. The war on drug created a sense of urgency and mobilized substantial resources to address drug issues. However, the approach has also raised significant concerns. So, first is the human rights issues. The aggressive tactics used in the war on drugs have been criticized for leading to extrajudicial killings and abuses. Human rights groups and international organizations have raised alarms about the lack of due process and the impact on vulnerable population. Next is the sustainability. While law enforcement efforts have shown results, the long-term sustainability of such measures is questionable. Addressing drug addiction effectively requires a comprehensive approach that includes prevention, rehabilitation, and socioeconomic support. Next is the recommendation. Balanced approach. A more balanced strategy that integrates strong law enforcement with robust rehabilitation and prevention efforts would likely be more effective. This involves addressing the root causes of drug addiction, such as poverty and lack of education, and providing support for recovery and reintegration. Next is the human rights considerations. Ensuring the anti-drug operations adhere to human rights standards and due process is crucial for maintaining public trust and effectiveness. This includes holding accountable those responsible for abuses and focusing on nonviolent methods of intervention. Next is the community engagement. Expanding the community-based programs and strengthening local support system can enhance the overall effectiveness of drug prevention and treatment efforts. Involving communities in crafting solutions helps ensure that strategies are tailored to local needs and conditions. Overall, while the government's approach has achieved certain successes in disrupting drug trafficking and increasing public awareness, a more holistic and humane approach is necessary for sustainable and effective drug policy.
To conclude, the Philippine government's approach to tackling drug-related issues has been marked by a strong focus on law enforcement, particularly under President Duterte's administration. This strategy yielded notable achievements, including significant drug seizures, the dismantling of drug networks, and the establishments of mega rehabilitation centers. The aggressive campaign created immediate impacts on drug visibility and street-level drugs activities. However, the approach also highlighted significant challenges. This emphasis on enforcement led to widespread concerns about human rights and extrajudicial killings, raising ethical and legal issues. The long-term sustainability of such aggressive measures is questionable.
as they do not fully address the underlying cause of drug addiction, such as poverty, lack of education, and social instability. Moving forward, a more balanced strategy is crucial for achieving sustainable results. Integrating strong law enforcement with comprehensive rehabilitation and prevention efforts can address both the symptoms and root causes of drug addiction. Emphasizing human rights, community engagement, and preventive measures will contribute to a more effective and human drug policy. A holistic approach that combines these elements is essential for fostering long-term success and ensuring that well-being of affected individuals and communities.
To address the nation's drug problems effectively, the best approach involves a balanced strategy that integrates multiple facets of intervention. Here's a focused look at the most effective strategies and specific areas that require attention. The best way to address the nation's drug problems, first, is to integrate strategy. First is combine enforcement with treatment. This utilizes a dual approach that combines rigorous law enforcement to disrupt drug trafficking with comprehensive treatment programs to address addiction. This ensures that while drug supply is controlled, those affected by addiction receive necessary support. Second is holistic prevention. The public education. Implement widespread educational campaigns about the dangers of drug use and strategies for prevention. And youth development. Develop programs targeted at youth to build resilience against drug use, such as after-school programs, mentorship, and positive recreational activities. Third is accessible and effective treatment. Expand treatment services. Increase the availability of addiction treatment services, including counseling, detox programs, and long-term rehabilitation. And integrate mental health care. Ensure that addiction treatment includes mental health support, as many individuals with substance use disorders also have co-occurring mental health issues. Fourth is address socio-economic factors. Economic opportunities. Create job opportunities and educational programs to address the socio-economic conditions that contribute to drug addiction. Family support. Provide resources and support to families affected by drug addiction to help them cope and support recovery efforts. Specific areas requiring attention. First is criminal justice reforms. The fair enforcement. Ensure that drug enforcement is conducted fairly and humanely, with appropriate legal protections to prevent abuses and ensure due process. Next is diversion program. Develop programs that offer treatment alternatives to incarcerations for low-level drug offenders. Second is expansion of treatment facilities. The increased accessibility. Build more treatment centers and ensure they are accessible to all individuals, including those in underserved areas. Also, community-based programs. This strengthens local community-based treatment programs that provide tailored support. Third is improvement of mental health services. Integrated care. Provide integrated care that addresses both substance use disorders and mental health conditions. Next is increased availability. Ensure mental health services are widely available and accessible. Fourth is evidence-based policy and research. Data-driven approaches. Use data and research to inform drug policies and ensure they are effective and responsive to changing trends. Next is policy evaluation.
regularly evaluate and adjust policies based on their outcomes and effectiveness. By using on these strategies and areas, nation can develop a more effective and humane approach to addressing drug problems, ultimately leading to better outcomes for individuals and communities.